show. It's morning, it's 10 a.m. here in Houston, Texas. And I think it should be 4 p.m. in London and in Nigeria. So welcome for whatever part of the world you're joining from. The topic is building wealth in America. Building wealth in America. And my guest today is Dr. Shola. Dr. Shola Jordan. Dr. Shola is into he's a counselor, and he's been in this country for many years, and he's going to be my guest today. We're going to be looking at that subject of building wealth in America, because I have watched Pastor Shola from the day of 2 jobs, 3 jobs, to him sending me picture of his big mansion now. Hallelujah. Thank God we too have mansion, else I will have been feeling jealous. Right? What am I doing with my life?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, man of God. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
It's like you just woke up because your voice is a bit.
Yeah, after we chatted in the morning,
Hey, Helen Paul.
I
Good
took
to
a
see
little
you.
I took a little nap.
Oh, okay. You needed it. At least you are in those days of retirement. You needed it now. As if it was some period, I body that you fashion, I bought fashion. American me. American me.
Of course. Hey, Paul, how are you doing?
Yeah. Oh God. So we're looking at building wealth in America, and I feel that it's a conversation. You can ask me a question, I ask you a question as well. But the goal is let's just talk about what our people face and how it affects their ability to build wealth, how it just, they just fall into the rat race. And I want to even give us your own practical experience. How did you fall into the rat race of America? Because I remember at the time I still met you, you were still doing a few jobs. We met in New York. You were pastoring, but you still had your side job that you were doing. How did you fall into that trap? Before we then get into how you came out, and how do most other people that you've met fall into the trap of 2 jobs, 3 jobs, $5 an hour, $10 an hour, $20 an hour?
Thank you, sir. You know me that I'm a very practical person.
Wow.
And another thing is that I always love to use myself as an example, because it's not about this person or that person. If we want to do a case study on Dangote, we're going to actually mislead people because you don't know how he got to where he is. Unless you bring Dangote on the show and ask him how. Okay, so coming in from Nigeria, and I see that a lot of us will make the same mistakes. Coming from Nigeria, we believe we are going to God's own country, a place that is flowing with milk and honey. It's a big mistake.
Yeah.
A big mistake. America or England or Canada is just a kind of escape to kind of place. A place where you run into and you cover your nakedness. They're going to feed you. They're going to give you enough to be able to survive and live your life. But whatever it is that they're giving you in essence, they know how to collect it back from you. You're just going to walk, and then you pay bills.
Yeah.
At the end of the month, your account is still zero.
Yeah.
But you will take good pictures. You will take good pictures. They're going to give you a car to drive, and then you pay $300 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month. Depends on the level of the car. So they
Yeah.
give you that car, you'll be driving it, you say, yeah, God has done it. He has done it again. Hallelujah. But when nobody's watching, that's when you go back and say, Bill, to today, Jesus Christ, how do I cope with this? And so that's the system has been designed in a way that they give you a house.
Yeah.
You take picture in front of the house and everybody will believe that, yeah, you have arrived. And all kinds of stuff like that. You get a job as IT specialist and you're making 6-figure salary.
Yeah.
They know how to collect the money back from
you.
Yeah. All right, me coming into America, I believe in my mind, I've escaped.
What year was this?
That was in 2003.
Okay.
I think it was November 2003. So I jumped on the plane and I told myself, bye-bye to Jagba, bye-bye to Nama Nyama. And I walked into the US. I spent probably like about, I don't know, maybe like about 2 years searching for jobs. Wow. A good job. I was getting jobs like, $7 an hour, scraping the roof of a house.
Yeah.
They're going to tie the harness around you, and they take you with a crane all the way up, and then you scrape the roof and stuff. So I looked down and I said to myself, I was like, if I should fall down from here, $7 would not be able to repair me. So I quit the job. So I quit the job and I left. So I got another job as a salesman. They offered me $1,200 a month, and then whatever bonus that you make from selling a car, they had it to it. Sometimes I'll go home with 2,000. Sometimes I go home with 5,000. Yeah. And stuff is kind of like really fluctuating and stuff. Yeah. And then I left and I got another job. Then I got another job until one day I saw one advert, and these adverts that they're looking for, engineers in the oil company. So I applied for it. So when I applied for it, they checked my resume, and the guy told me, no, we can't hire you because we're looking for someone with petroleum engineering, mechanical, and stuff. I mean, I studied civil engineering. Oh. So they said, no, they can't take you. I was like, I'm so desperate. What other jobs do you have? They said, do you want to drive a truck? I said, of course, I'll drive a truck. Wow. So they sent me to the school. So I learned how to drive a truck. Then they gave me a truck to drive. And luckily, I was making $11,000 every month just driving a truck. Wow. Yeah, wow. Just driving a truck. And my truck happens to be one of the biggest trucks. It's a 179,000-pound truck with the rig. They put the rig on top of it. Pipes and all kinds of stuff. So it's long. So I was able to drive it because I'm so good driving a stick shift. So they put me on it. So, but one thing about me is that don't show me something, I will do it better than you. Don't show me anything. Don't call me and say, Shola, come and look at how I designed this. By the time I leave you, I'm going back to that same drawing board, and I'll practice until I know how to do it better than you. Next time, you'll be the one to call me and say, how did you do this one? When they put me on the truck with the engineers, so whenever we get to the site, we'll be running the pipe and stuff. I'll be watching them. I've been watching them. I was like, these guys are not doing anything out of this world and stuff like that. So one day I offered the guy, I said, can I do it? The guy said, yes. So I started running the pipe. And the guy left me there, he went to smoke. And I pulled all the way out 16,000 feet from the bottom of the pit all the way up myself. Wow. I checked my pressure. I make sure I balance my pressure. I was talking to them on the radio, pump me gel, give me some water, pump some sand, pump some gel, give me nitrogen. I was doing everything perfectly. Wow. So when the guy came back, it was like, whoa. They used, in those days, they call me Nigerian Nightmare. Nigerian Nightmare. Nigerian Nightmare. Yes. I was the only black guy on the crew. Wow. So, but I don't get angry because, at that point in time, I was learning. Learning. When I'm learning, I don't care if you're 20 years old or 15 years old. You can yell, you can do whatever. I'll just listen. I just listen. So they call me Nigerian Nightmare. And there was a time, whenever we go out on jobs, we have the black table, the white table, and then the equal opportunity table. Wow. So for the black men who don't like white people, they sit on the black table to eat. For the white guy who don't like black men, they sit on the white table to eat. But for me, I always sit on the equal opportunity table where we have mixed of everybody, Spanish, Black American, and white and stuff. So we people that were there were kind of like open-minded people that we believe that everybody is human.
Yeah.
So we talked together. That was how my boss was looking at me.
Wow.
So, you know, so one day they brought a Nigerian guy who happens to be the manager. So the Nigerian guy now called me. It was like, I don't believe you're driving a truck. I said, yes. I said, I'm not qualified to be engineer here. And then I just took that job of driving a truck. So the guy checked my resume. And he said to me, he said, are you willing to go back to school? I said, yeah. I said, is it going to be 4 years? He said, no. I said, if it's 4 years, I don't want to do 4 years. Oh, I love making my money. I'm making even more than the people you hired here.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he said, no, let's just do it. That was how they sent me to Schlumberger School.
Wow.
And then when I came back, they put me back on that same crew, now to become an assistant engineer.
Wow.
So, and now I'm making less. Yes. I'm making less. So I told my boss, I said, sir, can you let me be engineer and driver? I will still drive the truck. I will still engineer the whole stuff. Just keep me there. And the guy looked at me and said, is it because of money? I said, of course. He said, no, give this engineering position a time. Very soon, they're going to increase your stuff, and then you make more than that, and you have rest. So a time came, they gave me my own pickup. So I started driving my pickup and all kinds of stuff. I wasn't looking at the money the other guys were making. I'm the boss. I was the boss at that time, but my boys were making more money than me.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I was enjoying the credit card and all that. So I went into that. And that time I stopped going to church for 9 years. I came in as a pastor, but I stopped going to church for 9 years. I was just doing my thing at that point in time, because I was kind of like, church is not something for me. I really don't, I'm not connected to church. And that's what I tell people. Don't be too close to pastors. When you're too close to pastors, it's possible for you not to like God anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're human. They are regular human beings like everyone else. They make mistakes. They do all that stuff. So when you come very close to them and you hear them talk about some things, you look at them like, whoa, who's believing these guys assistant of Jesus? No, they're not. They're human like everybody. Right? When we see them on the altar, they're a different kind of person.
Yeah.
But when we see them at home, they are just regular. So I was too close to pastors. I was too close to pastors. So I developed a kind of hatred for church. I was like, this is just a game. So I stopped going to church for 9 years.
Wow.
So, yeah. So after a while, I was still doing my job. I was making my money. I bought a house on 3 acres of land in Oklahoma. It's a 5-bedroom house. And I was living. I had 4 cars in my driveway. I was making money. Sometimes when I come home after 3 months of work, I may see $40,000 in my mailbox, check and stuff. So I was working until one day God came back and he said to me, you have to go back to where you're from. Because if you don't, you won't prosper. And I told that God that was talking at that time, I said, you don't know Jack. If you know Jack, if I show you how much I have, you won't say prosperity and stuff. And then God now said to me, he said, money is only 20% of prosperity.
Hey.
He said that money that you are running after is just 20% of prosperity. He said the 80% is my peace that I give, not like the world gives.
Come on.
Okay? That's why you see the rich also cry, they don't have the peace of God. That's why you run and run and run, you don't have the peace of God. You make all the money, nothing. So I said, God, I said, that peace I've been looking for. He said to me, yes, you will make the money. You can buy houses and buy cars without me. You know, that's the way I designed it. You don't need me to make money. You don't need me to buy houses. You don't need me to build people, to buy cars or whatever. But you need me to have peace. So the peace behind spending money is what we refer to as prosperity. When you say a man is prosperous, that man is a man of peace, and everything is attracted to him. You see, that's why he said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. Then every other thing shall be added. It's not going to be free. You have to work for those things, but those things will not become your slave. You won't run after them. They will run after you. Yeah. You will work and you'll make money. So I made up my mind, but I made a mistake. The mistake I made was God will give you a vision. He will talk to you. He will need you to go and look for a mentor to be able to process everything he has shared with you. Because sometimes when God is talking, he talks in parables. And he'll give you line by line. And you have to join everything together.
Wow.
Right? So for me, I made that mistake. I just resigned my job in the oil company. Wow. I did not think about it that I could still be doing my job and at the same time be back in the ministry. Wow. So my boss told me, he said, Shola, I said, sir, he said, are you mentally okay? I said, yes, I am. He said, no, I don't think so. He said, let me give you 1 month off. Go home, think about this stuff. You're already being promoted already, and you are doing well in the field. He said, let me give you 1 month to go and rest. Think about this stuff, and then come back and tell me. Actually, I told him, I said, no, sir. I don't even need the break. I am going back to God. And that was how I resigned. I resigned a job that was paying me $15,000 a month. Now, I see people today, they'll say, oh, I'm making 6-figure salary. I've been making 6-figure salary since 2005. Wow. 2005. So when I now left, I now came into New York to pastor. And I was so shocked after I moved all my stuff. I forgot to ask them, what's the package like? I was just so excited. I'm going back to God. So we need to learn something from here. You see, when God is speaking to you, don't just take it like that and just run. But, go to a mentor and say, this is what God is saying, sir. And they're going to ask you, so what are you doing presently? All right, this is what to do, this is what to do. They'll be able to give you an idea of how to balance your life. Yeah. All right, but I didn't do that. I just left. So after leaving, I went to New York. I packed all my stuff in my house. I gave them out to people for free. I didn't sell them. So I locked the house. I jumped in my BMW all the way to New York. 21 hours drive. Wow. So when I got there, they gave me a room on top of the church.
From 5-bedroom.
Yeah. So they gave me a room on top of the church. And the pastor came to visit me. He was like, is this comfortable? You see, what was in my head at that time was, I'm coming back to God. I'm coming back to God. I wasn't even looking at the environment. I wasn't looking at anything. I was so blind to everything. All right. So he came and he said, and I said, sir, so what's the package like? And the guy said, oh yeah, I forgot to actually share this with you. So he brought out the paper and gave it to me. The first thing I checked was the salary. And the salary was $600. Wow. $600 a month. Wow. Yeah, $600 a month. At this point, I resigned. I've driven 21 hours drive to come here. And now you are telling me my package is I said, is this every day? The man said, no. The man said, no, it's every month. And I was like, okay. And you say, but I already said goodbye to everybody. So I was to stay here. I was to figure it out. I was to find a way to get back on my feet right now. But, there's kind of a regret in my heart. And that stuff actually made me to go back to God. And I said to God, God, I don't want to be like any other pastor. Yeah. I want to be a mean pastor. I want to talk about atrocities. I want to talk about relationship. I want to talk about many things. And God said to me, he said, don't worry about that. You see, I'm breaking you now. Because if I use you the same way you are in Oklahoma, you'll be questioning me. If God wants to use you, the first thing he will do is to break you into pieces. Yeah. That was what he did to the veil, covering the holies of holies. He destroyed it. And you know one thing? When you now pray to God, say, Father, fix me. He will tell you, I'm not fixing you because my grace is sufficient. Because I wanted to see me, not to see you. Yeah. When you lean on your own understanding, you fail. Yeah. Then look at me. So when God will fix you, he won't put the pieces back. He will only fill the crack with his spirit. He will fill the crack with the spirit. So when you move your hand, it is the Holy Spirit moving. When you open your mouth, it's not you talking because you are zero. He already broken you into pieces. So you don't have control over you. And that's what they call Pashiparo. I have given my life to Jesus. He has given me his own spirit. So I am no longer living my life. I am living his life. So there's a control over your life by the Holy Ghost. So I was able to get, I was blind to the money I left.
Wow.
Okay. He started showing me new things. Wow. And inside of my hunger, inside of that hunger, no food in the morning, I must go fast. I can't just eat anyhow. This $600 must last for a month. You know, must last for a month. Wow. All right. So at that point in time, you know, guys, I know you guys are listening. At your down moment, that's when God will speak.
Come on.
You will hear him audibly at your lowest moment. Wow. All right? At your lowest moment, that's when God always comes. The end of a man is always the beginning of God.
Come on.
It will take you all the way down to zero, so you won't have control. Wow. So by the time you start showing you great and mighty things, wow. You know what he said? He said, "Call upon me in the days of trouble, and I will show. I will hear you, and I will show thee great and mighty things." So you see, when God is now showing you the great and mighty things, it's not for you to see alone. It's for you to now pick it and take it to the drawing table and call people who know more than you to break it down to you. Because when God is saying something, it's always, it sounds stupid. Yeah. It looks so stupid, like this can't, no, God is fooling me. God is just messing with me. He's not messing with you. You just don't have the links. And the links are somewhere else that God has deposited it into some people. They're only looking for the drawing board where they could put their link. And you have it, then you bring them together and put those links together. So I learned to create a group, like a crew, for us to brainstorm and pieces the word of God and then make it happen. So that was what I did. So I started the first Nigerian online radio station. Wow. As I was hungry, I was able to build it
what year myself. Was this?
That was in 2007.
Wow.
No. It's 2010. Sorry, 2010.
Okay.
I was able to build the first Nigerian radio station ever. I called it Touch Not Radio. So I will wake up in the morning. I will say, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Are you hearing me? For 6 months, nobody even sent a message. Nobody called. Nobody even said, we're hearing you. 6 months. So at the tip when I wanted to stop it, I actually said it. I mentioned it during the time I was preaching. I said, this is going to be my last show for today, for this whole year, for this whole life, because I believe nobody's listening. If you're listening, I just thank everybody. And this is going to be my last broadcast. And somebody called me from India.
Jesus.
And
India.
And he said, you want to shut the radio station that we are enjoying? I said, really? You've been listening? He said, yes, we've been listening to you. I was like, but you guys didn't call me. He said,
exactly.
There's no reason to call you. Now you want to shut it down. And that propelled me. That gave me enough energy. Yeah. And eventually, a year after, I was able to hire 19 presenters.
Wow.
And that was how we started coming. And I was still hungry because we were just doing the presentations. Nobody was giving us money. Yeah. Nobody was advertising with us. Now.
Wow.
And from there, I continued to do it. I was still making my $600. Then a time came, I started using music to build the church from 15 members. Then we went to 200 members. You know, we're singing and dancing in church and all kinds of stuff. And then they now gave me increment of salary from 600 to 1,000. Extra 400 is now being used for the radio station. Okay, so I was just doing that. And the time I resigned 5 times. They won't take my registration letter. Then I met. Now what happened is this. So Facebook now came up, and they started doing videos, because at that time, as 2008, nothing like videos, nothing like anything. At that time, it was just you posting pictures and comments and stuff. So they started with videos. So one day, my mother died, and I was so depressed. So I stayed home for almost a month. I was just eating. So I grew so big, almost about 300 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, even when I got to Nigeria, the Ashwebi that they actually sold for me, they have to go and remove it on side and add more material to decide for me to wear it. I was looking like Scooby-Doo. So I was now I now made up my mind that I'm going to go to the gym. So on my way to the gym, somebody called me and my phone dropped. I was about to take the phone on the ground. I almost hit one person. So I told myself, I'm going to stop by the gas station and buy this telephone hanger, the holder that they put on the windshield. So that was what I did. And the moment I turned it, my hand mistakenly pressed the camera. And I was looking at myself. I was like, wow. Is it this God? This God, let me call him crazy. That guy is crazy somewhere. I don't understand him. I don't understand that guy. That guy is super crazy. So mistakenly, I pressed the camera and I saw myself. I was like, whoa. So I could be driving and recording me? So cool. So I made my first video. My first video was a comedy where I said to the people, ẹni tó bá tún pè mí láti Nàìjíríà, má ṣépè fún ilé ayé yín ni o. Ẹ bá kọlu mọ́tò, kẹ́ kọlu kí ẹ kú dànù ni ẹ. Mi gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ́ bá tún pè mí. And my Facebook at that time was just only about 200 followers. The moment I posted that video was more like I spoke the mind of the people. And they started sharing it all around. And my page went to 5,000 followers.
Wow. From one post.
In one day.
Wow.
One day. 5,000 followers.
Wow.
So I did the second one. It was another comedy of Ejameta Oluwere Abiwogbada. One prophet called me from Nigeria. He said, I like to say Ejameta. I was now telling the prophet, I said, can I buy the fish at Walmart? The prophet now told me no, for me to send money to Nigeria, they will buy it there. I said, only, yeah, only. And that one went crazy too. So that was how I started. So when I got to Nigeria to go and bury my mother, at that time, I got to the airport, people were taking pictures with me. And that was my first time enjoying the spotlight. Yeah. And people were like, that's the guy, that's the guy, that's the guy. And they were taking pictures with me. So I buried my mom. I came back to the US. And that was how God now gave me that ministry of marriage. That now you use this platform to educate people when it comes to marriage. So I was like, that's fine. So I said, I'm going to do it. No problem about that. Remember, at this time, I was still broke. Wow. Making $1,000 a month, living on top of the church, and nothing for me. But I was so popular. I was popular on social media that Facebook, when they came up with the live broadcast, it was myself, Sunday Adelaja, and TDJs that they gave it to do a test run. And I started doing a test run, and I was now doing live broadcast, and it was going, I was going. And I did it for a long time. I will be in my car, I'll be yelling, I'll be shouting at people and all that. And one day I sat down and I told myself, I'm wasting my time. This stuff is not bringing money to you. You're only shouting and all kinds of stuff. What are you doing all this for? I was like, okay, that's fine. If God is the one asking me to do it, I'll do it. But one day, God will bring the missing links into my life. The missing link, I'm gonna find them. And gradually, the radio station went to zero because those people were not being paid. They had no money. They're not making money. All of them just start dropping off one by one. Yeah. Until the radio station got closed down. Yeah. So I was still doing it. And one day, somebody just called me. I was like, do you know Stephen Akintayo? I said, I don't know him. I was like, now send the picture. I said, I never met the guy. I said, what does he do? He said, he's a real estate guy. I said, I don't want to buy a house. I don't know how money. Why are you connecting me with somebody that is selling a house? I said, I don't want to. And stuff. Then lo and behold, you called me. And you said, no, I'm not selling a house to you. I just want to advertise on your platform. And I said, oh, that's good. And then you asked me, how much do you charge? Actually, if I could remember, I said $100. And then you said $100. I said, yes. and I was like, this guy is disappointed me. $100. I'm trying to make it easy for him to pay me. Don't pay me $100. I know you. I'm on this way. Let's go. But you said, that's okay. I'll pay. Then you sent the $100 to me. That was my first $100 ever.
Jesus.
No, that was my first $100 ever. and stuff.
I'm hearing that for the first time.
Yeah, that was my first $100 ever. My first $100 ever. That was my first $100. So I took it and I looked at the money. I was like, so it's possible for money to come from this thing? It's like, yeah, my God. Then we did the program. It was actually, a lot of people came on the show. You were able to do their thing and stuff. Then you came again the second time. Then you paid the $100. Wow. Then after I finished doing yours, Reverend Sam Adeyemi now called me. He called me through a guy, one Bingo Motayo. And Bingo said that the almighty Reverend Sam wants to use your platform. I was like, mine? He said, yes. He said, how much do you charge? I said, I know they charge money. No. Eh? Reverend Sam called me on my platform. I said, no, I'm not charging no money. So the man came. I already hired a photographer that will take picture of the entourage and everything. And when the guy came, the guy just pressed the bell. Pam, pam. I opened it. It was the only one with one guy. I was like, where are the other people? Like, entourage and everything. That was where I was able to learn humility. Yeah. I was able to connect to. You see, when I'm talking about missing link, guys, I'm talking about people that will connect with your vision, fine-tune your vision for you, teach you what you don't know. You have the talent, you have the know-how. You see, preparation is good. Okay? And then opportunity is another key. Wow. When you see preparation and opportunity, it will bring miracle. Miracle cannot come by your only having opportunity. I mean, by just having preparation. And if you don't have preparation and then opportunity to show up, you still fail. You have to have the two. You have to be well prepared for them to give you the opportunity to showcase what you have, and then the miracle will then happen. I was able to learn humility, and then he came in, you came in into my life, and this guy sat down. The former TV station he went, he only had 2 people watching. Wow. The moment I turned the camera on, 4,000 people were there looking at him. It was, and after we were done, the guy looked at me and said, what is all this? That was how he said it. He said, what is all this? I said, nothing, life closer. He said, so is this a ministry or a business or what? I said, I don't know, sir. I said, me, I'm just doing my thing. I just love to yell on the social media and I'm yelling at the people, and I'm just doing it. And the guy stood up and he was going, and he wanted to call Uber. And I said, oh, no, sir, I'll take you, sir. I'll drive you to your hotel. So he agreed. So he jumped in my car. I was able to learn humility. Yeah. I was like, Jesus, a big man of God like this is supposed to have like 20 cars following him. But that guy came in Uber with another car. So I took them, and the guy was talking to me throughout the journey. And then the guy said to me, Reverend Sam said to me, I'll give you 4 nuggets. And those 4 nuggets, go home, sit down, think about it. If you make up your mind, after making up your mind, just let me know. I said, yes, sir. So he gave those 4 things to me. And I dropped them off at the hotel. I attended their event the second day. Then I went back to the house and I sat down and looked at those 4 things. And they look very impossible. Very, very, very impossible. So I pushed it to the side. Then you showed up in town. I'm telling you the truth today. This whole stuff you don't
I've never heard this. I've never heard this. That's why I'm quiet.
You don't have anything, you know. So I pushed them to the side. I said, this one is impossible. Me, I don't hear all this English with this man. I just pushed this up. So then you showed up in town and you said, Shola, do you want to hang out? We're having a program. I said, oh yeah, I'll come. So I jumped in my car, drove all the way down there, myself, yourself, and what's this lady's name again? Sheyi Opwell. Yeah. We're all over there with Live Zone TV and all that. So we were there. And myself and you, we sat in the room, and then we were talking, but the music was too loud. Then we went into my car. I don't know, probably you remember that.
I remember that.
We went to my car. My car was parked in the junction. We were looking at the street. So we sat down, and you looked at me and said, Pastor Shola. I said, yes. He said, what is stopping you from making money? I said, I don't know. I said, I'm trying my best. People just don't want to give me money. He said, He said, It's not about the people giving you free money. I'm talking about why are you not making money with all of these that you have? And I said, I don't know. I said, you know, I have to go to church. I have to drive Uber sometimes. I have to do so just for money to be complete. I have to pay bills and all that. And you said something. And you said, Pastor, I said, yes. He said, how much do you need to pay your bills in a month? We will give you. So you will focus on the thing that you have to do. Then I mentioned to you, I said, I need 5,000. And you know what he said? He said, Pastor Joya, don't worry. We will give you the 5,000. Pay your bills. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Focus on this thing, and I will tell you what to do each of the way. It was like I was seeing angels. I just sat down there. I was just like, whoa, 5,000. Something else told me, said, if you give me 5,000, just go and keep it. Don't spend it. This man go out for his money back one day. And stop. So I went back to the house. And when I got to the house, then you called me. I didn't pick up the phone. Then you messaged me. I didn't respond. Yeah. I was afraid. This is too good to be true. And I was an old man. It wasn't like I was a young guy. I was an old guy. At that time, I was really matured. I was everything. So I didn't respond. I was afraid. I was so afraid. I was like, no, this is too good to be. Why will he give me 5,000? What does he want to gain from the 5,000? And stuff. So one day I picked up the phone, and then you said, Pastor, you are running away. I don't know why you're running. If you don't want me to do it for you, let me teach you one other thing. And then you said to me, you said, how much do you charge for counseling when people call you? I said, actually, I posted. No, I wasn't charging any money. Yes, and then you said, start charging money. So I said, okay, I will do that. Then you were surprised when I posted, for counseling session, I charge $5. I charge $5. And you called me back, you said, Pastor, why are you charging $5? I said, let us encourage them first. When we charge $5 and they start coming, then we can increase it later. And then you said, you have to think like a rich man. Rich people can never patronize you. It's only the poor people that will be coming to you, and they will patronize you because you're not thinking like a rich person. And when you brought your book out, like The Mindset of a Millionaire, that book blessed me. Because see, I'm not going to lie to you, there's a way to think. There's a mindset. If you don't have that mindset, you keep on praying the rest of your life. You need that mindset. And that was what God said to me. He said, you have to get that missing link. That people that will teach you things that you do not know. Your character must change. Your mindset must change. Your way of dressing must change. The way you present your stuff must change. You don't have it right now, but somebody else will teach you. So you are able to push me. You pushed me to $100. I was afraid. I was so afraid. But I told myself, I said, if this is going to be the end of the ministry, let me give it a try. So I posted it. I said I charged $100. And I was so shocked when my phone started ringing. Yeah. I was shocked. And then they called me, hello, Pastor, can I book a session? I was like, book a session, man. $100. I said, send me the info, the payment info, and I did. And the first $100 came back. The second one back. The third one back. Wow. Then I went back to the phone nugget that Reverend Sam gave me. I was like, if Stephen Akintayo is just talking, let me go and look at the one they wrote down. So I took it. It was the same process. Jesus. The same process, but in a different language. Jesus. The same process in a different language. So I found out the mindset of a businessman is different. You can't run business without having a business mindset. Very true. That was the question the man asked me. He said, is this a business or a ministry? I couldn't answer the question because personally, I didn't even know. I couldn't define it. I was just doing my thing. So you pushed me to $100, and then I was able to gain the boldness after counseling those people. Then I started getting more. I was getting the confidence was coming. And at the end of the day, I started charging $250. Wow. And I started charging $250. Then at that point in time, that was when I realized one person called me and the person said, can I get your license number? I was like, you're asking me for license number? I'm canceling you. I'm supposed to be the one to ask you for license number. So I went to Google. I went to Google to search. I was like, do you need certification to cancel? And they brought it out like big letters. Yes. If you do it and you get caught, you're going to jail. I don't do this thing again. It's not. But then I put myself through. Then I started school. The first school I attended was the coaching school. I did it for 12 months to become a licensed coach. Nice. That one qualified me to cancel.
Nice.
Then from there, I started doing other things until now that I already become a licensed therapist. Right.
Wow.
So, but the journey so far.
Come on, everybody, clap. Come on, clap.
So the journey so far was this. When I now started doing what I was doing, Facebook now sent a letter to me that we have monetized your page. And whatever you post to your page now is able to make money. And during that time, every month I was making $7,000 on Facebook.
Wow.
7,000.
Wow.
See what God did. Let me tell you what God did. God took me away from what I did by myself. I walked myself through in the oil company. I got to that top where I was making 15,000. God now said to me, that's not going to last. And this is a message I wanted to preach this morning before you reminded me of this show. You see, Dangote right now can never stop working. Because Dangote is a rich guy in your sight. In his own sight, it's not where he wants to be. He's still thinking of how to make more. And he must continue to work. If he should stop working, the money will go down. All right? So also a struggling man like us, we have to continue to work to maintain what we have as we increase. Now, the issue is that there is no difference between we and Dangote. Because what happens is, the more money you make, the more money you spend. Your house is going to be bigger. Your cars are going to be more expensive. So you will still be paying more. Now that you're not making money, your house is small, your car is small, but you're still working to make sure you pay the bills. So we are all the same. He is working to maintain his lifestyle. You are working to maintain yours. But the issue is just that we that are down here, we look at him like he's enjoying. Let me tell you something. There's no enjoyment in it. The guy is still working. He's still working to maintain that status. All you need to do is to concentrate on your own, focus on your life, keep putting all what you need to put into it. You keep growing gradually. When you now get to the level of Dangote, you yourself will come back and tell us that this is not easy. It's easy where you are right now, but when you work yourself up, it's not going to be easy at all. So, Facebook started paying me $7,000 a month. Way before all of these bloggers. You see, a lot of bloggers just came, they met me on social media. They met me on social media. I've been making money on social media way before them. Way before them. Now, one thing about me is that I talk about good things. Understand? But bad news sells more than good news. So when people come and say, let us expose Pastor Shola, you will see 10,000 people watching. Let us expose Akintayo, 20 million people watching. So then we get more views than you that you are doing constructive things. Because people don't want to hear anything but bad news. So their own business strategy is working for them. And that's why they have all of this crowd going to them. Bad news always sell. All right. Anytime if I should put, let us expose Akintayo on the topic right now. It's not going to be 200 people you see. You're going to see 20,000 people. And that's how they are. So I'm constructing things. They are actually trying to pull people down, exposing people, and all that kind of stuff. So I was just on my level. I was making my money on Facebook. Then I introduced my YouTube. It took me a long time to introduce YouTube. I didn't want to go to YouTube. I was just standing in my comfort zone. And then I moved to use YouTube like about maybe 4 years ago. Like 4 years ago. Then my my YouTube is growing gradually also. Then I moved to Instagram like about 3 years ago. And my Instagram started building up gradually also. Then I moved to TikTok and started building up gradually. But the journey so far, because I don't want to talk too much, the journey so far has been that there are these two people who came into my life. Even though the idea was in my mind. The energy was there. God gave me the voice, but some things were missing. So the journey was so rough, at that point in time, until I met you and Pastor Sam Adeyemi. So when I met the two of you, those things that were missing in my life, he was talking to me on a different level. You share those things with me on a different level. And the two sides were able to give me the balance I was looking for. And I was able to grow to a guy who now I charge $600.
Wow.
For therapy session, I charge $1,007.
Wow.
Okay?
Per session. Per session.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
$1,007. And at the end of the day, my Facebook is still bringing money. There was a time my Facebook was blocked for 4 years because I mentioned the name of one big pastor. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say pastor here because if I say it again, they might both block you too. So I mentioned the name of a big pastor and my page was blocked for 4 years. And when Facebook eventually reopened my page, they paid me $22,000.
Wow.
All of the money I could have made from the beginning till now, they paid it back to me. And then my page started running again. I've added Facebook, I've added YouTube, I've added TikTok, I've added Instagram, and that's how you don't have to collect money from people. Every day you do, you create the content.
Yeah.
They put advertisements into it, and
Yeah.
then pay you. So the journey was so rough until I got here to the point where those two people were able to help me to fine tune the dream, and then they were able to place me where I'm supposed to be in my life. People come to me right now for trainings. I train them based on what you guys actually taught me.
Wow. Wow.
Or taught me, and I'm able to build it like that. Now I become a coach to other people who are actually in my shoes, trying to become greater and be blessed. So when you're talking about building prosperity or building wealth in overseas country, it's not that difficult. It requires that you have coaches because you will get lost. You are leaving Africa. You believe that it's bye-bye to Jabba Jabba.
Yeah.
When you come into the system
Yeah.
the system is going to suck you in.
Yeah.
And then what you plan to do, you might not want, you are not be able to do it because you have to pay bills. So
Yeah.
if inside of paying bills, the rest of your life, you will have forgotten retirement. So these people actually made me to understand that, yeah, you could pay bills, but at the same time, you have to do things that will bring money to you constantly and stuff. And that was how I'm able to get to where I am today. All glory to God, yourself, and Pastor Sam Adeyemi, who trained me and get me here. And the next moment, the next level of my life is totally different right now. I'm not even thinking of staying in America. I'm not even thinking of staying in America. I've been preaching about it. I preach about it. America is the best. It's the place for you to be. And da 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 da. I'm really sorry. Those words. It's possible for me to have misled some people there. Yeah. All right. I'm really very sorry. I preached the messages at that point in time. Probably because I was having a shallow mind at that time. But when I went to Nigeria about 4 years ago, my first time going into Banana Island, there was a kind of a fuse that got removed from my head. I found that I found that the people I've been comparing myself with are the ones that are the poor people. You see, when I go to Nigeria, I go to Ibadan. When I go to Ibadan, I will not see everybody lining up to collect money. So I said, I'm better off than these people. I'm champion here. I'm champion here. So one day I told myself, I said, let me challenge myself. Let me go and look at the ones that are really, really enjoying, the ones that are wealthy. So they took me to Banana Island. When I got to Banana Island, that was when I found that I'm still a poor guy. Okay, and all your stupid money that you say you have, you're still poor. These people didn't leave Nigeria to make all this money. They didn't live here. They only come to America to buy shoes. So I told myself, all your mates are not the ones that begging money. Your mates are the ones here buying houses in Banana Island, buying houses in Lekki, and all kinds of stuff. So you are still considered as still poor. So what you need to do is to start rocking and rolling with the ones that have already made it, because those are the ones that will take you through the journey to get to where you're supposed to get to. So I made up my mind. I was like, yeah. And then I met a guy called Pastor Precious. Pastor Precious showed me the picture of his house in Nigeria. I was like, when he mentioned how much he bought the house, I was like, I don't think I can ever make that kind of money in my lifetime. But that was a lie. That was a stupid mindset. A stupid mindset. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's just like magic. The way God did it. And he's still doing it. I just sent you the picture of that place, that small tiny place.
Amazing
The small tiny
mansion.
place that we're doing.
No, it's not tiny. That's a
That
mansion.
that tiny little thing.
Pastor Shola's retirement mansion. I can't send it to you. He has to send it to you guys himself.
That tiny place that we're doing and stuff like that and everything. So, but the issue is the journey was bad. I went through hell, but God was able to retrace my step. I left 15,000 to start making 20 and above.
Wow.
Okay, to start making 20 and above. So God knows how He will do His things. So in America, it's difficult. You have to open your eyes. Don't get sucked in. Don't forget you are a Nigerian.
Yeah.
Don't forget where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Don't forget the abilities that God has given unto you as a Nigerian. Only look for the good people to surround yourself with, and then go places. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Come on. Can you hear me celebrate Pastor Shola? Come on, everybody. By the way, most of these things I have never heard from. This is the first time he's sharing some of this dimension of the conversations. I'm even shocked myself hearing this. But one thing I want to thank Pastor Shola for was that he was humble all through, and some of it, of course, when he talks, he's like a lion, like he's about to eat you. But if you know, Pastor Shola is a very humble person, and and I think it's that humility that brought you more beyond just everything. People may want to help you, people may want to share, but if you yourself, you're not humble to learn, to pick a few things, it's never going to work. And I think it's that humility that's separated you and, turned things around for you. And I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your story. I know that this is just the beginning of what God is doing, and greater things are ahead. Bigger things are ahead for you. For all of you who are watching, if you are in the US, before I ask my next question to Pastor Shola, if you're in the US, we had my event in Atlanta, New York. We started with New York, we did Dallas, we did Houston. So I'm leaving for San Francisco today. And so we have San Francisco, we have where again? Los Angeles, we have Maryland, we have Atlanta. So these are still 4 locations I'm visiting. I charge, like Pastor Shola has told you, me, I'm not, it was Pastor Shola that was doing free. I charge, I'm not cheap. If you want to know how I made it, I also did not learn it for free, right? At all. I did not learn it for free. I paid people. Okay, I paid people. I want you to know that there are 2 ways to get people to teach you. You either pay or you serve them. It was easier for Reverend Sam to share with Pastor Shola without charging anything. It was easier for me to share with Pastor Shola without charging anything, because technically there was some service in it.
Let me share this, David.
Yes.
Remember when you came back and said, Pastor Shola, I want to do advert. I said 3,000.
Yeah, I remember. Even me, Pastor last started saying we charge.
And then you said, Pastor Shola, this is your thing. Now we teach you this thing. You're not doing it.
I had to tell you that, Baba, calm down. Now we taught you to monetize. Why are we now falling victim of what we taught you? We shouldn't have taught you, right? So for me, my concept is that you should charge a decent time, because I thought Pastor Shola giving every day. He would teach, and people will come ask questions, my relationship, and he could barely even pick his call. With 20 people are calling, and he was like the father of everybody in New York or America. Yet you know that those who are closer, that he has his own bills too. He has his own. I mean, his family were in Nigeria. He wanted to bring them to the US. He wanted to make sure they had a conducive life. And nobody cared. Everybody was just sucking the man. And I said, you can't continue this way. And that's the reason why we don't grow. People love to suck you dry. And there's a gentleman, I saw his video. He's always doing these human rights activities in Nigeria. People that police brutality, you see him go there and all of that. He now ran for election. He did not win, but he borrowed money for the election. Those who he borrowed money for were started chasing him. He came on Facebook Live. True story, Pastor La, and thank God your story did not end like that. He came on Facebook Live and said, I'm owing people. I couldn't sleep. They're on my neck. I've sold everything I had, to pay them back for the election. I lost the election. Even the election was to help people. Please, on social media, help me. Donate is my account number. Do you know the guy went viral? Everybody, the same people started attacking him. Criminal, thief, barawo. What does he even do for a living? What's even his job? And I'm like, I have seen this guy. Again, I don't know him. I've never met him. But I've seen him carry cases that police was trying to do this. We took over. Is this how wicked people could be? The day you are helping them, everybody say you are nice. The day you say, I need the help back. Me too, I need help. They will say, stupid man, scammer. So it is better. There's dignity in labor. It's better. You want value from me, I charge you. Right? I give you the value. We move on. Right? But all this free, and then I'm hoping you help me one day. It doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work. So, but I am willing to give 5 people free ticket for my meetings. There are smaller meetings. I no longer do big meetings like I used to do in those days. A smaller meeting, I usually use presidential suits, hang around. We have my dining sets and everywhere, and we just talk, and I guide you, I counsel you, I share a lot of real estate principles that I've used with you. So we're doing Los Angeles, we're doing San Francisco is this Saturday, Los Angeles is on Sunday, and then next week Friday is Maryland, and then Atlanta is on Sunday. So send me a DM. I'm giving the first 5 people under each location free ticket. It's $1,000, but I'm giving first 5 people free ticket. Others will have to pay. I will give you further discount, but the first 5 you get free tickets. So send me a DM or here on this WhatsApp. Just send a DM. Send me a DM and state the location you want to attend, right? A DM and the location you want to attend, and let's meet. It's important to me that you will build wealth in America. And there's also a selfish part to it, and I'll tell you. Next year, I'm relocating to the US because we're starting the first, 39-acre, estates. And as much as I'm not targeting just Nigerians, okay? Non-Nigerian, but it will give me joy that a Nigerian built a 39 to 50 acre estate in America. I think we need to start making statements like that. I inspected some of the property when I was in Dallas. So, and I need some of you to make money so you can patronize me in America as well, right? So, because for me, it's important that our people do well. A lot of Africans, you can't end racism until you end poverty among Black people. The data shows right now that we only have just 8% of Black people in America that own their properties. Everybody else is renting, and you are making other people rich. We have to build wealth, and we must be serious about it. Right? We must be, and it begins with changing our mindset. It begins with changing how we think, how we view things, how we look. I mean, from struggling up as Shola has his mansion, he's building in Nigeria, he's building so many things that, he may not want to share with you guys in public. That's the story 360-degree turnaround. And those who are waiting for him to sow $20, if they need the $20, Pastor, I will sow it into their life now. If they even need $100, because the story has changed. And I remember sharing with him today. I said, some of these people around you, right? Yes, they come, they watch your show, but they are not going to take you to next level. They are not, truly.
Because you are not a prophet. If you're a prophet, they will send money to you.
Exactly. If you're a prophet, they will even send you a car.
They will even give you a house.
Start shaking and say the problem of your life is your in-law. Your in-law, serious.
Yeah.
Your in-law.
Yeah.
And people really want to be deceived. People want to be cheated.
That's where the money comes from.
Exactly. They don't care. I say it often when people tell me, "Oh, I've been cheated." One prophet, I say, "You wanted it, so don't come and
don't come here and be talking.
Don't come here and be reporting somebody to me. What made you to go to them?
Yeah.
Right? Things you could learn with common sense. Look at this marriage issue. Some people still believe the problem of their marriage is spiritual. Meanwhile, it's just common sense. Common sense. Book a session with Pastor Shola. They will analyze where your husband is missing, where you are missing it. Everybody come together, you move your marriage forward. But you know, it's the devil, it's the enemy of the father's house, enemy of my husband's house. And you continue with all that negative. Same thing with prosperity. How can people in America, you left Nigeria, you said demons were the reason you were poor in Nigeria. You left Nigeria, you came to America, and you are battling with the same issue, and you're still going to church to pray for money. I don't get it. I go to church to worship my maker. You need to see this church. It's to thank God. I have no prayer point.
The giver of the ability to make money. Let's go thank him.
Exactly. When I'm in church, it's to thank God. Oh, thank you, Lord. You are good. You are faithful. You're a good God. Not to make the money. There are principles.
Yeah.
God is a God of principle. He will not break the principle. There's a principle to make money. If you can save 10%, 10 to 20% of your income, despite how low it is in America, in the next 5 years, and you put what you save into an investment, in the next 5 years, you will gradually start coming out of poverty. Guaranteed.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. You don't need prayer and fasting for that. You don't need that. I started real estate many years ago. The land we bought, $250, $500. People will tell us it's bush, it's water. Some of those land I'm selling them today now for $50,000, $100,000. Pastor Shola went to 2 locations the last time I was in Nigeria.
More than 2. I went to more than 2.
You know, went to a couple of our locations.
Yeah, I went to one land. I went to some houses. I went to another land and stuff. Yeah.
You know, and some of those things when we started, it was small. Today, the value are ridiculous. But if I didn't start years ago to start making those investments, I won't be where I am today.
No.
I won't.
No.
Today, I have 20 units of 3-bedroom townhouse I'm selling in Atlanta for $250,000 and $275,000.
Yeah.
Right? And again, talking about quality relationship, Pastor Shola, I made that post, and as I speak to you, 5 is already gone. One person bought 5. Cash. Quality relationship. But some of us, you still want to hang around all your poor, negative relatives.
Let me push this in. Let me push this in. Maybe it's going to sink.
Yeah.
See, there is nobody who is prosperous that you will not find like about 2%, 3% of people that will talk bad about him. Some people will just hate him because he's prosperous. And then they start forming up lies.
Yeah.
And coming. I remember there was a time you sold the land. Okay, you came on my show and then you advertised and you sold the land to one woman. This woman, when the whole thing was good, she went to Nigeria to see the land. She told her, I already got my land. Oh, I did this. Oh, da, 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 da. One day she just called me. Stephen Akintayo is a scam. He don't stole my money. Oh. I said, madam, do you know their office? They say yes. Do they have a website? I said, sue him. It's so simple. It's very, very simple. If somebody they have office address and then they have a website, everything, all right, sue the company. You will get your money. At the end of the day, she was just going everywhere. All the bloggers in the whole life knew about the case. Everybody was always talking about the whole stuff all around the place. You see, people just want to bring other people down.
Yeah.
All right. So at the end of the day, we settled that. Now she didn't talk anymore. She kept quiet. All right. She kept quiet. And then some of you guys are not so brilliant. Yeah. When you hear bad news, that's what you get stuck. You just get stuck with the bad news.
Yeah.
And then everybody's bad. The people that will help you, you will hear news about them.
Yeah.
Don't let what people say bother you. have a relationship with the person first. Let the person do it to you before you agree and say so. And this is it for me. Whenever somebody call me, you're friend with Stephen Akintayo, be careful. He's a 419. I say, but he has not scammed me yet. We have done a lot of things together. He has not scammed me yet. And stuff like that. I have a relationship with people. You know, you come and report somebody to me, I'll tell you, thank you. But he has not done it to me. And stuff. So I'm not going to judge him based on you and stuff. No, I won't. There's this woman that's going all around that me, I'm scamming people, I'm collecting money, I'm not collecting them with husbands and stuff. I was like, madam, you think I will go and put a gun on somebody's head and say, come and marry you? If I'm allowed to bring people that are actually married through me and bring them online, people will now know that, you know, this guy is doing it. Your home maybe is different. Maybe you are ugly. Maybe you are ugly. Maybe you have 17 children and you are looking for a person to put it on top of, and nobody is picking your picture because you don't look nice. Now you are not making it look like as if to say it's my fault. It's not my fault. I always tell them, you are the one carrying your breast. Okay? You are the one carrying the vagina. Okay? Now, and it's still difficult for you to get a man. Me, I'm only carrying your picture. It's only picture that is with me. I don't carry your breast. I don't carry your vagina. Okay? You are the one carrying it. Why then you're supposed to ask yourself a question? For me, that carrying all these things.
Off the mic.
Why did I get a man? But you're not getting it. So it's time for us Africans, please, Nigerians. It's time for us to stop seeing bad in people. All right? Connect with somebody when they introduce something to you. Investigate the stuff. Find out the truth. When you get the truth, then you solidly hold on to the truth. Instead of you just saying, that's how we become poor in Africa. We listen to other people's stories. And that story is not good. When I took Introduction to Criminal Law, they said to us, don't you ever trust another person's information. Always look for your own. And make sure when you look for your own, you can back it up with proofs. All right? And that was what they taught us when I did Introduction to Criminal Law. All right? And that's it, guys. Stephen Akintayo is actually telling you something right now. You don't have to give him your money. Attend the conference. Go to the class, sit down, ask him like 500 questions. Okay? The moment you're convinced about it, get your legal document, sign it, notarize it, and let's see what happens. If anything should happen after that, you have the legal backing. Sue him. Let's go to law court.
I have always said this. People don't know, as I speak to you, Pastor Shola, people have no idea how many organizations, individuals that my company has sued. But you will never see it on social media. Because social media is not the court of law.
No.
If I think that I did business with somebody, right, and he did not treat me well, you have the right. By the way, some of you are wondering, Pastor Shola said that. I told him when he called me about the case. I said, tell the woman to go and sue the company. It is the law that has the right, to judge whether I was wrong or she was right. And you have the right. It's called civil transaction. I pay you money. I expected this. You pay me money. It's civil, right? I have the right to go and argue and say, judge us. Who was right? Did they treat me well? Did they not treat me well? And this particular incident, because she paid for lunch, she wanted refund. Guess what? The company has a deduction they do if you say you want refund. And asking for refund doesn't make the person a scammer.
No.
It was you that said you don't want buy again. And at the end of the day, the deduction, the judge ruled that we should deduct our administrative charges. She still paid lawyer.
She wasted her
money. Ended up
wasted her money,
more.
wasted her time.
Wasted money, wasted time, and nothing came out of it. So we must, and I'm happy we're having this conversation. Educate yourself about business transaction. It's normal. I can come to Marriott. I've been to Marriott. I use Marriott all the time. I've been to some Marriott. They treated me so bad. I can sue the same Marriott and still lodge in the Marriott. Must we always make our things so bad? You will see two Americans in divorce. They will still meet over coffee, negotiating the terms of the divorce. Still take picture afterwards.
Sure.
But you will never see Africans like that. The one that will go and do juju, the one that will go and get prophet to be praying over the man you've been married for 20 years. You have 3 children. Can we wake up and start doing things like civilized, wise people?
We want to. They don't know bloggers. Bloggers are happy when you bring all these cases to them because those ones will make money. And then
of course,
homologo to one generation into a generation destroy life. You will now be saying it is powers and principality. It is not. It is you that is destroying people's life. And if you are jealous of people who are making it, go to the drawing table. Sometimes when I look at people and they're making it, I go back home.
yeah,
I sit down and I start asking myself questions. I was like, what am I doing that is not right? What am I supposed to do? One wise man told me, he said, make sure you wake up in the middle of the night every day. And I asked him why. He said, what do you mean really big? He said, when you wake up at the middle of the night, study hard. When you wake up again in the morning, everybody just waking up by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you are gone. You are gone already. Some people, they just love sleeping. No studying, no nothing. They don't know jack. Me, I'm still in the University of YouTube till tomorrow. University of YouTube till tomorrow. I search for how to. The most search word on Google is how. You have to know, you have to go and search for how to make money, how to build a business, how to buy land, how to do this. Then you understand that what Akintayo is telling you is the truth. But see, when you listen to YouTube, you will need a mentor still to carry you like this and pull you there, show you practical. And that's where it comes in. Okay? He will come and then lead you the way. And I don't want you to forget one thing. He passed through these little things before.
exactly.
He will not allow you to do trial by error.
Yeah.
He knows the joker. He will take you straight to the joker, and that's it. That was the time he wanted to give me a free land in Lekki. I was too afraid to collect it. By now, we are having a land in Lekki also. But I told my wife, I said, this guy wants to give me a land. I said, land? I said, this Bobo wants to use me for it. He wants to use me for it. Because this thing that he's doing is doing. That was the time he said he'd give me 5,000. Now he wants to give me a land. I was like, I'm not going. So this morning, when Stephen Akintayo sent me a message, he said, I know you are going to disappear again. I was like, I don't want you to use me for money ritual. So that you won't give me another land. I'll run it. It's about the mind. The moment you become you enter into friendship with somebody, open up your heart.
Yeah.
Learn about them. Know about them. Know what they could do. Now, a lot of people have been expecting Stephen to be broke. He's yet to be broke. He's still staying in a $500, $600 per day hotel every day. All right, and he will stay there for 1 week. He'll go another 1 week. Say another 1 week. The money this guy is spending on hotel is enough to build a house in America. Right? But it's going because he just feel like, okay, I need comfort. I just don't want to be staying in people's house or probably renting whatever. And he wants the class. You see, the class of people that will come to you is based on where you position yourself.
Come on.
You see, the people that will come and say, "Who is this scammer?" It's a scammer. They won't come there to marry you. when you are staying in one star hotel, then you see those ones with you. All right. To me, I'm trying to actually eradicate any bad person around me. Don't come near me. So once you are saying, "Hey, look, I was like, can I call you?" I say, "What is the call about?" I say, it's for marriage counseling. I say, "I charge $1,000." Then they will say, "I'll call you next week." I say, "Better." You know, so you use the money to send them away. I don't want allowing. I don't want anybody that tells me stories. I don't want story. At my age, no stories. I don't want stories. So there are some people that damage people. They're all over the world. Yeah. All right. Don't, draw a line. Yeah. Always respect boundaries. Yeah. Now position yourself where the right set of people will meet you.
Come on.
The right set of people. For me, Facebook, I go to Facebook once in a while. I just go there. There's nothing people on Facebook, I'm really sorry, nothing that people on Facebook can give to me. Facebook people always want to take from you. When are you going to do giveaways? When are you going to? In my mind, I was like, so I'm just staying on my IG. On my IG, that's where you see people popping into my inbox and say, I want to sign up for counseling, and they're ready to pay you. Go to Facebook, and when they come to your inbox, they will say, I've been married for 17 years, and I don't have money to pay my bill. And I will just say, talk to your pastor. Next, I'll say, next, is that not where you're paying tithe? You're paying tithe to the guy now. Go back to the guy. So So the kind of people you want, you have to make sure you build your network. All right, and that's what Stephen is trying to do for us. All right, when we surround ourselves with a good mind, people with good mindset, then your life will be changed. That was the time he did the program. He invited a lot of rich people to come there. People went there. The people that were there, they were able to connect. These people will give you cards. You can call them right after. And now, the best thing for you to do, all of these meetings all over America that he's talking about, if I am you, I will sign up for those things. Then I'll go there and sit down, meet him in person. And I've seen a lot of his video when he's eating with people who are just visiting him for the first time because they have a good mindset. He knows that these ones will actually be able to land. He will eat with you, talk with you, show you the way. Apart from the money he's charging you, you will actually enjoy that friendship. Stephen Akintayo, he calls me all the time. I don't even call him all the time because I don't even know where he's going to be next week. He might say, I'm in Dallas. He must say, I'm in Dubai. One day he said, I flew 17 hours flight to one country like that. I was like, what is this man looking for? I don't even know where to get him. But the issue is, if you have the opportunity right now to meet him, sit with him. You don't have to buy anything from him. Take him as a mentor. And then let him teach you what he knows. And before you get to know, a day will come, you're going to get convinced that he's telling you the truth. About this unit of buildings and stuff, he sent the picture to me also. You guys are going to see it on my page. It's there. All right? And you don't have to be worried or afraid of anything. Let us patronize our own people. When you are going to buy a house, you buy from a white man. White people don't like you. They just want to use you for meat. They take your money. But when you help your own people, I understand some people have disappointed you, but the issue is that it's not everybody. It's some people are just there who want it to be true. They cannot mess up their name because of one tiny little 200,000. All right? So when you go to him and you sit him down, look at the houses and stuff, there are legal documents that you're going to go through and sign. Purchase your house if you have the money. Because later down the road, you're going to come back and thank us for these that, we're introducing to you. All right? And if you run into any kind of situation with him, I'm his brother. Call me. I'll talk to him. He will definitely look for how to just get your stuff together and then make it to come up and be live. So don't ever worry about nothing whatsoever. We're going to have the list of all of the places he's going to be visiting. He's going to give me the list, and I'm going to put it on my page also, so you can see it. If he's coming to your neighborhood, attend. Somebody wants to host you in Indianapolis, that person, please message us.
Yes.
Let us get connected with you if you are in Indianapolis. He can come there, and then he will prepare you guys and stuff. There was a day Stephen Akintayo gave 5,000 to about 10 people. The video is online. Go and check it out. Because they wanted to start a business or something. I can't remember what happened. So he gave them money. He knows how to give back to the society, to the community. All right? So you guys are supposed to stand with us, patronize our businesses. Because when you do that, you are actually going to be indirectly building the image of Nigeria, or Africa in general. If you refuse to do it, you're going to end up like me. Now, I'm regretting when I was teaching you guys not to connect to Nigeria. Now, I want to have one leg in Africa and one leg in America.
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it. And when I'm old and I'm 85, I'll just take a driver, a cook, 2 security guards. I will find someone to polish my shoe and stuff. I'll just be enjoying my amala. Stephen Akintayo, I gotta go. I have work to do by 12.
I mean, even me, they are waiting for me for another minute.
Okay.
Guys, we love you. If you have questions, send a DM. Just send me a DM and then we'll pick it up from there. We love you from this part of the world, Houston, where God lives. Right? Bye bye.
All right. Bye.